It's the 22nd of December, only 3 days left until Christmas, and I'm here in my nerdy, geeky pop culture store on Garstang High Street as usual, getting ready for the day's trade. Hopefully we will see a few more customers than we did yesterday. We had a bit of a dip yesterday. I'm hoping today and tomorrow, especially Saturday, we're gonna see a few more customers, a few more sales in the shop. If not, there's still plenty of stuff to be done, because obviously we also sell on our website, which is onlycoolstuff.co.uk, and of course we do sell on eBay, so there's plenty of stuff to be getting on with, whether the shop itself is busy or not. One of the first tasks for today is actually to put up another one of these types of shelves, because we have got a new line to put out. We've got this case of Turtles in Time Baxter Stockman. I've got a case of these, and I want to just get these out on display on a nice shelf. I've done this quite often in the past with action figures, and honestly, when they're out on display is when they're most sellable. I think a lot of people are used to seeing toys in boxes, and even if you can see a toy very clearly, like for example these nice window displays, there's something about seeing, and a lot of these NECA figures have got these like folding doors where you open the door and you can see the figure inside, but there's something about seeing the figure, like for example like that, out in the open, where it's so much easier to sell it to someone, and you know, they see it and they can appreciate the detail that goes into it, because a lot of people are not used to the fact that action figures can cost sometimes, you know, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, you know, plus pounds. You know, we all know, if you're into this type of stuff, how expensive it can get, but we also appreciate why some things cost what they do, and unless you're able to physically show people, sometimes it's hard for them to understand like why they would pay so much. I've already had my breakfast, and I've actually opened the shop earlier than expected. I normally don't open till 10, but it's about 9:30 now. I thought I'd just open just in case there's people out early, and I've already actually had a message from one of our regular customers who's eager to get hold of the NECA Starlight figure from the boys that I showed in yesterday's video. You might be able to see behind me, I've also got an empty space now with shelving, and that is ready for some new stock to go out, so I'm about to sort that out as well. And I also need to get some stuff off of the shop floor, and those boxes of hooks. I need to really find a better storage solution for the hooks. When I've got all these different sizes of hanging hooks, they can get tangled amongst each other, and sometimes it's a pain to find the right length one, so I do need to sort that out at some point going forward too. The thing with sorting out your shop is there's always like a Mexican wave effect. You start moving one thing and then you realize you have to move another and another, and before you know it, you've moved about a bunch of different things in different places just to fit what you need to fit onto your shop floor. But it's all worth it because it looks good. I'm pretty happy with how things are looking. We've got JD Phoenix on display there with the figures down there. We've got Baxter Stockman. I need to put him out on display, but he's just up there for now. And also, I've got to say, gotta love the power of social media. One of our regular customers saw me post about Starlight earlier, and first thing this morning she came in and bagged herself one of those for 20 quid, which is a great price for a NECA Ultimate figure, so I'm really happy for her, and I'm sure the rest of those are going to sell out very quickly. This was most definitely one of those instant like regret pickups. I bought this, I paid £10 for it, and it's a retailer display of a cherished teddy. This is a massive resin piece. As you can see, it's like a nice like little curved thing. I had it listed for, I don't know, about 40 or 50 pounds, so 10 are into like 50, and I got an offer today of 35, and I was like, you know what, it needs to go, because the longer it hangs around here, the greater the chances that I'm going to end up smashing it or breaking a bit off. So I'm kind of glad it sold, although obviously it's one of those I wish kind of in hindsight I hadn't bothered with, because it's going to be a lot of packing, but it's good profit though, 10 into 35 plus the £9 shipping charge, because obviously I need to make sure this is very well protected. And I'm also happy to see that people have already started shopping for themselves now that the Christmas kind of delivery situation is over. Most people that are shopping, especially on eBay, are now going to be buying for themselves, or potentially New Year's gifts, if that's the thing. I don't know if that's the thing. Do you guys buy New Year's gifts, or is it now just treating yourself whilst you're on your Christmas hauls? Well, as luck would have it, one of my recent deliveries came in this box, which looks like it would be perfect for these cherished like retailer teddies, this little resin statue thing. So I'm going to get it nicely padded out and packed and protected with more layers of cardboard and soft stuff. Hopefully then it will reach its customer in one piece. I'll give you guys a bit of a mid-morning update. It's actually been a much busier day than yesterday already. More customers, more sales. And also Rebecca is going to be so jealous of me because I didn't film or anything because I'm a bit awkward about that still, but I just had a customer in and he brought in the most gorgeous Akita. He was such a gorgeous boy and he was such a lovely temperament as well. His markings were amazing, and it's always a pleasure when you get to see dogs like that up close, and especially when they're like happy for you to chill out with them and give them strokes. And oh, I love it, absolutely love it. It is now lunchtime, and look who's come to visit. Well, she's not come to visit, it's her lunch break, bless her. So she walks down and I make her lunch though. Did I make?
Lunch was good.
Lunch was good. It was only a pizza, you know, one of those little pizzas. Well, they're called Chicago Town mini. So it's just one of those in an air fryer, so it wasn't that good. But
it's a mini pizza.
It's a mini pizza. Not a big pizza. We didn't eat a big
pizza.
Little one. So I've just finished photographing this CRT TV for sale. I love selling CRTs. They're good value. You can get good money for them. I'll hope to get about £70 for this one. This is a Beko, so it's not super high branded. It's quite difficult to get good photos of the screens without loads of lines going down them, but using a camera with like a proper like manual control can help you sometimes to get a decent photo. So I thought I'd do like a little unboxing for you guys. Let's just see what this is like, so you get an idea of what you get when you buy yourself a nice NECA figure. So this, I'm going to just open it from the bottom. So this is what you get in the plastic. Straight away, as soon as you get the figure out of the plastic, it just looks infinitely better. Right, so I've managed to get him out of his plastic prison, and it was quite an ordeal if I'm honest. But the first thing I've noticed about this figure is the quality is excellent. I will say the plastics are nice, but I like that he's got like a soft body there. It's like a squishy kind of tummy there. He's got decent articulation, although I'm very cautious to just start moving him around straight out of the packet. Whenever you get an action figure like this, especially NECA figures out of their box, they've been in storage for ages, it really does pay just to get them warm, either with hot water, or if you want to run like a blow dryer on them, just to warm the plastic up before you start moving their knee joints and stuff, because you do really run the risk of snapping them. But he's really cool looking figure there, Baxter Stockman. I've always found this kind of a figure creepy just because I watched The Fly with Jeff Goldblum when I was very young, and the whole idea of a person kind of mixing and becoming like a fly, it does bother me. But I really do like it as well. It's so cool. Comes with a bunch of different hands, so different kind of grips, including like fists as well as like weapon holding hands, so those are cool. He's got these two weapons. Again, they've all got that kind of 8-bit graphic going on with them, and this here is really cool. There's like a giant kind of what's it called? What's it described as? It's described as something. Includes energy arm. So this is his energy arm. So it includes his giant energy arm piece. I really can't wait to get him displayed, like kind of buzzing in the air, holding some weapons. It should really be an attractive little item to have, so customers can look at it when they come into the shop. After a little bit of fiddling around, I've got to say this is actually turning out to be a much more impressive figure than I thought. He is so cool. You do have two stands to contend with. So here is Baxter Stockman fluttering his little kind of like his fly wings there. He's got his little arms back there. So you've got this stand here, which is a little bit fiddly, and that clamps around his torso there. It doesn't fully close, it's a little bit fiddly, but it does do the job, and you can get him posing okay. I've got him holding both his weapons, so he's got his pistol in this hand here, and then he's got his like larger weapon on that side, like his gun, and then here is the energy arm shooting out, which has its own stand, and it's quite a heavy bit of plastic, so it does actually require that. It's a bit fiddly to try to get that gun that's shooting the energy arm out to look right, but overall I think the effect is fantastic. He does look like he is flying, and that's the main thing. And again, for 20 quid, this is a hell of a lot of toy for the money. It's now about 4:30 and I've decided to close the shop for the day. Some of the local shops are actually still open, but I'm kind of like, I need time to do other stuff as well. So as much as I'm kind of tempted to stay open till maybe 5-6 o'clock, I've decided to just call it here. It turned out to be an okay day today. Not amazing, but decent. I've still got plenty of work to be getting on with, including I need to figure out when I'm going to do my third Whatnot show. For those of you that aren't already on Whatnot, I implore you to use my link in the description, because you'll get a tenner to spend if you've not used Whatnot before, and once you spend that tenner, I'll get a tenner to spend as well, which is great. And it's a lot of fun to be bidding and buying stuff on Whatnot. And I actually do auctions myself. Like I said, I'm planning my third auction. I tend to pick stuff that I want to just clear in the shop, and I start it at £1, so you've got a chance for a real bargain there. I am also been buying on it. Let me just show you what arrived today. I picked up, for basically a tenner spend, well, I actually used my credit, so they were free. I only paid the shipping, which would have been like £2.70, then plus like 6p a comic. But these, I'm really falling in love with like vintage covers, and I love Spider-Man. Here is a 1979 Marvel team up, which is cool. It's got a little smudge there, but I really don't care. I just love the art. I think it looks beautiful overall. Amazing Spider-Man comics, old school again. These are like, that's issue 270. Then you got issue 278. That's a nice cover. This is quite a cool cover because obviously there's no Spider-Man on it. There's the Jack-O-Lantern and Silver Sable having a fight. I actually thought that was Storm because I'm a heathen, but I absolutely love that cover. And that's an awesome cover as well. You've got so many characters there. Rhino, Spidey in the black suit, Silver Sable. Really cool comics. Absolutely loving these retro comics. Just to have them on the wall, they just look so nice. Anyway. Again, it's time for me to call it a day. I'm going to be editing this video now, and then once I finish that, I'm going to go pick up Rebecca, and then we're going to do our Christmas food shopping. Yay, that's really looking forward to that on Friday evening. But it needs to be done. It needs to be done. So thank you everybody who's been so supportive of these vlogs. This is my third in a row. That's got to be a record. Please leave a positive comment, leave a thumbs up, and I'm going to keep putting these out because I'm actually really enjoying it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.